Hi there, it's Matt here, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're venturing beyond sleep and exploring an exciting new realm of brain science. Today, we're demolishing one of neuroscience's most persistent myths, that echolocation belongs exclusively to bats and dolphins. The reality? Peer-reviewed research now suggests that every single human brain carries the neural hardware for biological sonar, or echolocation. We'll journey through the physics of soundscapes, meet blind pioneers who've redefined perception, examine controlled studies where sighted individuals learned to see with sound, and grapple with mind-bending questions about consciousness itself. This isn't theoretical speculation, it's documented reality captured in brain scanners and lived daily by those who navigate through echoes. Let's start with the beautiful physics that makes echolocation possible. If light is nature's high-speed broadband internet, then sound is its reliable cellular network, slower but working everywhere, even in complete darkness. Think of it like the difference between a fiber optic cable and old school dial-up internet. Both get you connected just through different pathways. Biological sonar operates through 4 elegant steps, like a perfectly choreographed dance. Step number 1, humans generate sharp clicks by snapping the tongue against the roof of the mouth. A crisp tick sound lasting just milliseconds. It's like snapping your fingers, but with your tongue. Step number 2, propagation. Sound travels at 343 meters per second, spreading in spherical waves like ripples in a 3-dimensional pond. Step number 3, reflection. When waves encounter objects, they bounce back based on principles Lord Rayleigh figured out way back in 1877. Different materials respond like different personalities at a party. Hard surfaces like glass are the show-offs, reflecting 99% of sound energy in bright, clear echoes. Meanwhile, soft materials like curtains are the wallflowers, absorbing 70% of the sound and returning only muffled whispers. Finally, step number 4, your ears capture returning signals, and your brain performs computational miracles that would make a supercomputer jealous. It measures time delays with incredible precision. A 10-millisecond echo places an object exactly 1.7 meters away. That's like having a stopwatch so precise it could time a hummingbird's wing beat. Your brain deciphers volume differences and analyzes what we call spectral fingerprints, the metallic ping of a lamppost versus the woody thud of a fence. While bats use ultrasonic frequencies beyond our hearing for millimeter-scale precision, humans achieve remarkable spatial awareness using ordinary audible clicks. We're not anatomically built quite the same way as bats or dolphins, yet our brain's flexibility can overcome these limitations through pure adaptive brilliance. A partner of today's podcast is the wonderful Branch Basics. Branch Basics are a small company with a big mission, founded by 3 women who went through serious health challenges and realized that one of the most powerful revolutions they could make was removing toxins from their everyday environment. That journey led them to create safer, human-friendly cleaning products, not to start a business, but to start healing. That story of Branch Basics is what made me so excited to bring them on as a partner. Supporting small businesses with a real purpose that are making a positive impact on the world is something I care about. And the product? I use their Branch Basics concentrate, which is a fragrance-free, plant and mineral-based, and somehow strong enough to cut grease in the kitchen, but gentle enough for baby toys and fresh produce. It's simple, it's safe, and it works, and it's not going to harm me. #love them. So please support them and check them out at branchbasics.com/mattwalker and use code mattwalker for 15% off. Again, that's branchbasics.com/mattwalker, code mattwalker. Now, let me introduce you to the remarkable humans who've proven this isn't science fiction. Daniel Kish represents perhaps the most accomplished human echolocator alive. Blinded at 13 months by cancer, Kish has proven that what looks like disability can actually become a super ability through neural adaptation. Using rapid tongue clicks, his flash sonar technique, he doesn't just navigate, he conquers. Picture this. Kish mountain bikes through forests, identifying trees by how their leaves sound when echoes bounce off them. He hikes solo through the wilderness, distinguishing different rock formations by their unique echo signatures. It's like having a sonic fingerprint for every surface in the world. When he clicks twice, his mind constructs an instant spatial map. The dresser to his left reveals itself through how it absorbs high-pitched sounds, the open doorway ahead through its distinctive acoustic signature, the maple tree outside rustling differently than the neighboring pine. In Dr. Laura Thaler's research, Kish and other experts performed feats that would be statistically impossible through pure chance, detecting objects with 95% accuracy, distinguishing materials with nearly 90% correctness, and navigating complex environments with ease. But here's the truly revolutionary part. Brain scans revealed their visual cortex was actively processing echo information. Their vision centers had essentially become acoustic processing units. Ben Underwood, who lived from 1992 to 2009, provided crucial insights into how this develops naturally. After losing both eyes to cancer at age 3, he independently developed echolocation around age 5. By his teens, he could play basketball, skateboard, and play video games. Proving echolocation wasn't some rare genetic gift, but a learnable skill, like riding a bike or playing piano. These expert echolocators describe their experiences in remarkably visual terms. One described oleander bushes as creating million-sharp returns, while evergreens sounded like wisps closely packed together. They weren't just hearing differences, they were spatially visualizing through sound. It's like having a different kind of eyes that work with sound waves instead of light waves. The neuroscience behind this reads like an impossible thriller. In 2011, a research team used special brain scans, acting like powerful cameras that can see brain activity, to watch expert echolocators while they listened to their own click recordings. The results were mind-blowing. The primary visual cortex lit up like a Christmas tree during echo processing, not the hearing centers. Think of your brain as a busy office building. Normally, the vision department on the top floor processes light-based information, while the hearing department on another floor handles sounds. But in echolocators, when the vision department lost its primary job due to blindness, it didn't shut down or sit idle. Instead, it completely retrained itself to process acoustic information, essentially becoming a spatial analysis department that could work with either light or sound. It's like a restaurant that switches from serving Italian food to Chinese food, but keeps all the same excellent service and attention to detail. These visual areas maintained their sophisticated spatial organization with what scientists call retinotopic-like mapping, the same precise coordinates normally used for vision, but adapted for echo-derived information. The brain turned out to be more like a flexible Swiss Army knife than a rigid set of specialized tools. This raised an electrifying question. Could regular sighted people access this hidden superpower? Skeptics argued vision would interfere with echo processing, like trying to listen to music while someone shines a flashlight in your eyes. This theory was spectacularly wrong. My colleague here at UC Berkeley, Professor David Whitney, conducted what I think is a set of truly groundbreaking studies with ordinary sighted adults who had never tried echolocation before. In controlled experiments, Whitney and colleague Santani Teng tested 8 blindfolded participants on tasks where they had to identify different sized circular discs using only sound. The results were extraordinary. Complete beginners achieved 62 to 70% accuracy, way above the 50% you'd expect from pure guessing, and rapidly learned size and position discrimination with surprising precision. It was like watching someone pick up a guitar for the first time and immediately start playing recognizable melodies. A partner for today's episode is AG1. I've been using AG1 for quite some time now, and just for the record, I buy it myself to stay away from any of those trappings of free product. AG1 has just released the new formulation, which is AG1 Next Gen. It's still one scoop once a day, but now comes with many upgraded probiotics, plus additional vitamins and minerals. I also explored their 4 human clinical trials to prove out their efficacy, with the data showing a marked boost in healthy gut bacteria. And that's the thing. I appreciate how AG1 keeps adapting to new scientific findings. They have made many formula changes over the years, and each new iteration keeps it at the cutting edge of this space. As I've mentioned, I began my AG1 journey over 4 years ago. Any company that holds their scientific rigor to the flames of clinical trials means a lot to me. So subscribe today to try the next gen of AG1. If you use the following link, you'll also get a free bottle of AGD 3K2, as well as an AG1 welcome kit and 5 of the upgraded AG1 travel packs with your first order. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/Matt Walker. That's drinkag1.com/Matt Walker. Another team at Durham University took this even further, training both sighted and blind participants through 10-week programs. The training was like learning to drive, systematic and progressive, starting with basic tasks like telling a wall from an open doorway, then progressing to distinguishing object sizes, and then navigating virtual mazes using only sound. Every single participant improved, like students in a class where literally everyone gets better grades by the end of the semester. Many achieved 75 to 85% accuracy on tasks that should yield 50% through chance alone. Some reached levels approaching expert echolocators who'd been training for decades. It's like a cooking class where novices end up preparing dishes that rival experienced chefs. But here's the kicker. Brain scans revealed sighted participants underwent the same neural rewiring. Their visual cortices began activating during echolocation tasks within just weeks. It was like watching the brain remodel itself in real time, adding new rooms and changing the function of existing spaces. The 2024 Durham University study used brain scans to track these neural changes before and after training. The results were revolutionary. Both blind and sighted participants showed increased visual cortex activity in response to echo sounds after training. Think of it like a muscle getting stronger with exercise, except this was brain tissue learning entirely new functions. The changes went deeper than just activation patterns. Participants showed increased gray matter density in hearing areas, enhanced connections between hearing and vision regions, and recruitment of spatial processing networks throughout the brain. The adult brain was physically restructuring itself to support a new sensory capability within just 10 weeks. This represented a complete paradigm shift in neuroscience. The visual cortex appears to serve supramodal spatial functions rather than being exclusively visual. Like discovering your smartphone can also function as a high-quality camera, GPS device, and music player all in one. The practical implications are enormous. 83% of blind participants in training studies report experiencing greater independence and well-being. A life-changing improvement that's like going from being confined to your neighborhood to having the freedom to explore entire cities. Organizations like World Access for the Blind report 75% of trainees achieve independent urban navigation, essentially gaining the confidence to travel anywhere. Learning this skill begins surprisingly simply. Produce consistent tongue clicks in a quiet room while blindfolded. Start by distinguishing walls from doorways by how the echoes bounce back differently. It's like learning to tell the difference between clapping your hands in a bathroom versus a gymnasium. The sound quality changes dramatically based on the space around you. The greatest barrier isn't having exceptional hearing, it's attentional. We've all trained our brains to filter out echoes as background noise, like learning to ignore the hum of an air conditioner. Learning echolocation requires redirecting attention toward information we've unconsciously ignored our entire lives.
So it must be at least a decade now, I have been an avid, probably more like rabid consumer of protein shakes. But the hard thing, honestly, in the supplement space, if you really understand and do your diligence, is this critical thing called trust. It is very hard to find a brand that you can truly trust. That's when I came across the company Puri and the really impressive founder. Even though I'm sure it makes them less profit versus other quick and loose companies, Puri takes quality more seriously than any company I've ever seen before. They have so many offerings, protein powders galore, but lots of other additions. But that's what I was focusing on here. Why did I choose them? Well, it's really for 4 specific reasons. Number 1, they are free from hormones. Number 2, they are free from GMOs. Number 3, they are free of any pesticides. And number 4, and this is the critical confidence part, every single batch is third-party tested for over 200 harmful contaminants, things like heavy metals, etc. All you have to do if you are a neurotic nerd like me, you can even scan the QRI code on the back of the product to get the third-party independent laboratory test results. That's how much trust and confidence they place in their product. By the way, if you want a recommendation, go for the dark chocolate flavored protein powder. It's just exceptional. In fact, it's wonderfully addictive. I didn't just say that. Anyway, it delivers 21 grams of protein per serving. And for folks of my podcast right now, you can save 20%. So go over to puri.com/Matt Walker, and that is spelled PUORI.com, Matt Walker. So again, that is PUORI.com/Matt Walker, and you will get 20% off your product.
Current research explores how technology can enhance these natural abilities. Scientists have developed ultrasonic devices that work like sonic telescopes, converting high-frequency echoes into audible feedback with incredible precision. Smartphone algorithms now enable real-time 3D environment mapping using built-in speakers and microphones. It's like turning your phone into a pocket-sized sonar system that can see around corners. This research forces us to confront fundamental questions about human potential that are both exciting and slightly unsettling. If visual cortex can process acoustic spatial information and sighted individuals can achieve functional echolocation through brief training, what are the actual limits of human capability? It's like discovering that the car you've been driving to work every day is actually capable of flight. It changes everything you thought you knew about what's possible. Perhaps human sensory limitations are more cultural than biological. We live in a visually dominated society with little incentive to develop alternative sensing methods. But what if that's been a collective blind spot preventing us from recognizing latent capabilities? It's like living in a house for years without realizing there's a whole extra floor you never knew existed. Here's where things get philosophically interesting. If humans can develop entirely new sensory modalities through training alone, what does that say about the boundary between natural and artificial enhancement? We're approaching scenarios where biological adaptation might be more impressive than technological augmentation. While engineers design sophisticated prosthetic devices, neuroscientists are discovering that the most remarkable enhancement technology might already be installed between our ears. It's like spending years searching for the perfect tool only to discover you've had it in your toolbox the whole time. If Daniel Kish's visual cortex constructs spatially accurate representations of objects using sound, representations that guide behavior as effectively as traditional vision, can we really claim he isn't seeing? Traditional definitions tying vision exclusively to light waves start to seem as arbitrary as saying music can only be made with guitars. Current research explores whether similar principles apply to other senses. If visual cortex can process hearing information, could hearing areas learn to interpret touch or even electrical signals? It's like discovering that different departments in that office building we talked about earlier can cross-train and take on each other's responsibilities when needed. Think about it like this. You're sitting in a room right now that's filled with acoustic information. The hard surfaces reflecting sound, the soft materials absorbing certain frequencies, the open spaces allowing sound to flow freely. You're surrounded by a detailed three-dimensional sonic map that your brain could learn to read like a book if only someone had taught you the language. Most provocatively, this research suggests that what we consider normal human limitations might be largely self-imposed. If sighted individuals can develop functional echolocation within weeks, if visual cortex can rewire for acoustic processing, if brains can fundamentally reorganize in adulthood, then we need to completely revise our understanding of human potential. It's like realizing that all those impossible things we thought we couldn't do might just be things we never tried hard enough to learn. As you go about your day, remember you're surrounded by acoustic information your brain could potentially learn to decode. The only real difference between you and someone with acoustic vision is training, attention, and willingness to trust your brain's remarkable capacity for adaptation. Thanks for joining me on this journey beyond sleep science. Take care and bye for now.